Hi, I'm Chris, and I'm Prince of the Underworld.
I'm Adam, and I'm Hades Nuts.
And we don't podcast.
But we also, or I didn't finish Hades in time for this episode. Chris, how about you?
Okay, well, first, I guess we're doing Hades today. We're doing a video game.
We did a second video game on the podcast.
Yeah.
I am not as good at this one.
Yeah, so this is going to be a little bit different episode, I guess.
Yeah, this is going to be him explaining to me what actually happens in this game, because I'm just not good enough at it to figure it out.
Yeah, because the thing with it, okay, yeah, we're doing Hades. Adam has not beaten a run yet.
I've gotten very close.
I have beaten the main story, but not, like, all the extra stuff for, like, the epilogue ending. I've gotten the true ending. So, that's cool. So, we're going to be talking about, up till he's done, and then we'll probably talk about all the extra stuff that I'll be explaining or talking about. But yeah, we're doing Hades.
Yeah, first, quick thoughts on the game. Spoiler free. It's good.
Yeah, it's I quite like it. I understand why people like it so much.
Yeah, I'd argue that this is the best game by Supergiant Games.
Yeah.
I've been following their stuff ever since Bastion.
I played Bastion, and I enjoyed it, but I don't think it was that memorable for me.
Well, I think the best part of Bastion was at the very end, where you're, like, carrying the guy, like, his dead body through the hallways.
Isn't there multiple endings? Is that not...
I mean, there's two endings,
yeah,
but, like, before you actually choose...
you just... Yeah. Actually, I forgot. It's been so long since I played Bastion.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like this game. It's, like, super polished. Like,
oh, yeah.
It's like, the combat feels great. The amount of dialogue...
There is a fuck ton of dialogue in this game.
Insane. Like, and most of it voice acted.
Yes.
Like, it's beyond crazy, like, how much effort they put into that. Like, it's so good. Like, it makes every run feel like unique enough that you're like, okay, I'm not bored by, like, doing the same things again. like, and there's enough of variety to the stuff.
Like, I only started to see a couple of lines be repeated, like, 10 hours in.
Yeah,
and that's not even, like, with the stuff when you're actually on the floor of the game. It was with Achilles, actually.
Oh, okay. Yeah. And not, not as a root or anything, but, like, and that's without, like, progressing the story.
That's just without me actually doing what I'm supposed to be doing in the game.
And so, like, that's a testament to, like, how much content there is for this.
Yes.
Which is
it is
beautiful.
An insane amount of, like, as a fellow audio designer for video games, I don't even want to know how much storage space was required just for the voice actors.
Yeah, it's insane. Because I think I saw that there's, like, I could just lie. I don't know. There's a large amount of dialogue. Like,
yeah, I'd wager there's, like, at least George Martin novels worth of dialogue.
I think it's more. Like, and that it's crazy. It's like, because there's so many characters that, like, all, like, the way you interact with them is just based off, like, how you interact with someone else, depending, and
all the voice actors are good.
Oh my god, the designs, the style of the game, like, for
art
each
style
section,
is nuts.
There's
a lot of attention to detail.
Yeah, well, we can get into more and more the details of all this stuff, because I want to dive into, I guess, separate. Before that, let's do tea time. We have tea this time.
We actually have tea on the tea podcast. I'm not sure if it's done steeping, but we're gonna find out.
You want to check?
This is riveting content.
Are you not gonna? Yeah. Do you wanna? Okay.
Nice little subtle caramel notes.
Oh, Lord.
Ooh. I'm stalling for time. I need to wait for it to cool down a little bit.
Oh, I'll wait for it to cool then. Yeah, I'll leave it. Okay. Anyway.
Yeah, it's fine. You can start drinking it now if you want.
Okay.
Yeah. Like, the flavor's there. Not sure about the temperature for you.
It's hot.
It's tea. That's the point, Chris.
Okay, so Hades. The game is about a person named Zagreus who is the prince of the underworld, the
Who
son
is
of
not
Hades.
in the traditional Greek pantheon, I don't believe.
He's mentioned, but sometimes he's the child of Zeus
Okay.
and Persephone. But in this, he's the son of Hades and Persephone, which is also a way.
Okay, so you're telling me they didn't just pull this out of their ass. There's actually like
He's a Greek person, a god, but he's not like one of the main or like talked about ones. Because from what I saw, it's like Zeus had him so he could take over the Greek pantheon. Because Zagreus is the god of rebirth, I think.
that makes sense.
Which makes sense.
That makes a lot of sense.
But yeah, it's him trying to escape the underworld, which is his father's domain, and try to reach the surface of where Greece is, basically.
He wants to leave the nest.
Yeah, and then as you progress, you find out why, and it's because he's trying to meet his mother, Persephone, which you haven't done yet.
I have not met Persephone, but I have seen the flashback.
Yeah, and so he discovers that he's not the child of Hades and this goddess named Nyx, who she's the mother of the Fates.
Yes,
which are like the guiding factors of the Greek mythology, essentially, and she's the mother of Thanatos, which is death,
and
Hypnos, which is sleep.
Sleep guy.
Yeah,
the sleep guy.
But yeah, it's just Zagreus, the main character, trying to escape. Do you want to talk about characters first? Do you want to talk about the weapons? Do you want to talk about gameplay? We can go a lot into this.
Yeah, pretty much every aspect of this game is really well defined and polished.
It's very good. Like just
very well thought out.
Yeah.
Okay, it's a very difficult game. Not for Chris though.
That's not true. I died a lot.
Okay, to be fair, you did sink more hours into this game than I did.
Yes, I did. I think I just started a little bit earlier than you.
Yeah. How many hours at the moment do you have?
I don't know. Because I've done. It says I've done about like 30 runs total.
But you kept it paused a lot of the time. Like
some of them, yeah.
Went to the bathroom maybe a couple times, so it's probably more like 25.
Well, there's just 30 deaths.
30 deaths.
Yeah, and some of them or 30 restarts, and some of those were like 30-minute runs, and some of them were like probably longer, but like some of them were in the bathrooms. I don't know.
Okay.
So.
Okay. I clocked about 10 hours into this game, and I've not beat a run yet.
Yeah.
Rip me.
So we might come back to this at some point, but
for now, a quick little update video like, hey, Adam beat Hades. What'd you think of it? My opinion hasn't changed.
It's still pretty good. But yeah, let's start with the characters.
Start with the characters, okay.
Zagreus made me feel things about myself. His voice is very nice. I like Zagreus. All the voice acting is great, like we said before.
Yeah, all the voice actors are good.
But Zagreus' voice, I don't know, it just hits me different. I had to question myself a little bit.
Well, the guy who made his sounds also did the music for the game. So
yeah, which I was like,
which I did not know.
Wild.
That's my boy Darren Korb on that. Let's go.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I will say, I don't like this soundtrack all that much.
Really?
No, I like some of the directions it went, but as for like the songs themselves, I'm not gonna go back and listen to them really. Like the soundtracks to Bastion and Transistor are really, really good.
Yeah.
But this one I just feels like, yeah, it's all right. It's good. Sure.
That's fair. I think a lot of it is meant to just fade away in the background as you're like doing the runs.
Yeah, I will say there is a very neat randomization system with the music because the whole nature of the game, every run is slightly different.
Yes.
And that's the same with the music. Like, let's say on one track you have drums, bass, guitar, and some old Greek instrument, 4 stems.
Okay.
And it starts with you start off a run, and it's just the old Greek instrument. And then you go into a room with some fight guys, and you go and fight them in the fight room.
Yeah.
Brings in the drums for some extra energy. And then you beat them, the drums fade out and it's back down to the Greek instrument, right?
Okay.
Then you go into the next fight room, and then there's a few more enemies. So they're, okay, let's bring in the bass and the drums. And now you're like, okay, now this is complementing it more. And then you beat them, and then it's more relaxed because you're not fighting anymore, and the drums and the Greek instrument fade away, and now it's only the bass.
Yeah.
and et cetera, et cetera. It just keeps going. And in the game itself, there's like 8 stems for each track, so there's a lot of variation. I think that system is very clever and very smooth the way they set that up. But I'm not that big a fan of the songs themselves. So
yeah, I feel like out of all the creative stuff in this game, I could see the music being the least gripping. I guess.
I will say it's still good though. It's still a lot better than most game soundtracks, I'd say.
Yeah,
but
because it's not just like the sound itself being like, good. It's setting the mood and presenting itself in a creative way, which you just explained. So yeah. I think that's still good, right? But
there's some neat music, musical concepts in it that you don't see too often in other soundtracks, which I like I think is a nice little touch. But again, there's no what's the name of this? Fuck. Now I look like an idiot. I can't think of the name of the song that I like from the other game.
Oh, I don't know. I mean, we can cut to you later. Okay, if you remember it. I like the death tune. I like that.
I don't like it because it reminds me that I failed.
I think it still sounds nice.
No, it's fine. I like it.
Sure. Okay, so music, good, but not anything crazy. Which I think if that's the least impressive factor of the game.
I mean, I liked it. I like this soundtrack more than I like the soundtrack for Elden Ring, and that's like my favorite game of last year.
That's fair. Yeah. Okay, so what about the characters?
I like the characters.
I like the characters.
They're pretty good.
Yeah, they are pretty good. You get to spend time with them in the hub, which is Hades' domain.
You get to give them gifts to give you more dialogue.
Yes. Okay, well, who are your favorite characters? Okay.
Are you telling me who I like the most, or who I spent the most nectar on?
Who do you like the most?
Okay, I think. Okay.
I like Zagreus, but
yeah, fucking obvious.
Yeah,
you spend the whole game with him.
Yeah, he's great.
I actually, you're gonna fight me on this one. I really like Hypno.
Dude, okay, Hypno is just so sassy, and how you said you don't like the music because it reminds you that you died. His sassiness of just oh wow, you died because of this? Oh well, they're pretty strong.
Yeah, it's funny.
Well, okay. When you beat a run, do you know what he says to you after you die?
No, I don't. I don't know what he says after I beat a run, Chris.
Oh, whoops. Because after you beat a run, you are able to talk to Persephone, and then you just die because you can't stay away from the underworld for too long. Then your system kind of collapses and you just die. So he talks, he's like, wow, just natural causes, that's so weird and out of nowhere. And it's just shut the fuck up, Hypnos. I don't need to be reminded that I couldn't talk to my mother that much.
Yeah,
I mean, he's a good character. It's just he annoys me because I'm just leave me alone.
Yeah, I love that. I think it's funny.
It is funny
because I'm the joke.
Because you're the joke. And if everyone's laughing at you, that means they're laughing with you.
I think of the 3 Furies, the Murder Girl is the best one. Tisiphone.
I don't like her. I mean, she's fine. She's very one note, which, I like Megara because she's cool.
Yeah, she's my least favorite.
Oh my god. Such bad taste.
You're the one with bad taste here, Chris.
No, okay. Who's your favorite of the gods?
The Boon gods.
Yeah, the Boon gods.
The Boon gods. All right.
The Olympians, I guess, it's better.
The Olympians. I give the gold medal to Artemis.
Artemis is cool.
I like her. I like her. She's cool.
I think my favorite's Hermes.
I like Hermes too. Hermes. I like how he actually talks fast.
Yeah, he talks. But it's not like he's rushing. I guess it's just that he's quick, which fair, right? And I like that Hermes. I feel like his interactions and the stuff he says is interesting because it kind of portrays like, oh, he has a different relationship than any other of the Olympians.
Yeah, because I remember there was some dialogue about him having relations. Well, that makes it sound a bit more sultry, but he has relationships with the underworld gods.
Yeah, he's like, oh yeah, I hang out with Charon. Like, I deliver the dead sometimes. I deliver things. I bring things there. It's like, oh. And then some of the lines where, like, you're about to get a boon from someone, but then it's like Hermes instead. Or not just Hermes, but like if you have like a pin or like the gifts that the
like if you have Zeus's gift and you talk to Hermes.
Yeah, then he's like, "Oh, you were expecting this, but I was too quick." And it's like, yeah, that's fair. Like,
I haven't had that happen to me.
Oh, really?
No.
Okay, well, he does do that. Like, if you have that on and he shows up first, because it prioritizes.
Yeah.
You know, but if he shows up, he'll just be like, "Oh, they're running a little late," or just little stuff where you're like, Hermes he's fun. Like, he seems less judgmental than some of the other gods do.
Okay. Artemis, Hermes, and Dionysus. Those are my 3 favorite Olympians, I'll say.
Dionysus is fun.
I like Dionysus.
Like, honestly, it took me a minute to warm up to him, but after I was like, nah, he's just like, Zagreus, my man. Like, why do we gotta do this? Like,
I'm gonna get you to meet all my friends, and we're gonna
have the biggest party in the Olympians.
It's literally not gonna end. We're just gonna keep partying.
Yeah, he's really cool.
I know that you like Aphrodite, but I know why. We all know why, Chris.
Yeah, I mean, I actually like Athena like quite a bit.
She's my least favorite.
Really?
Yeah. We are diametrically opposed on this game.
We just said we like Hermes, and like
there is nothing we agree on.
Okay.
I hate Hermes.
I like Athena just because. Well, I think I like out of all the gods, I think Hermes is my favorite, and then I think it's Demeter. And
Demeter's all right.
Yeah,
I'll give you that one.
I like the way she portrays herself as just like this cold, unfeeling, like, oh, my daughter Persephone's
she's the only elderly person in this game.
Yes, because she's the eldest of the whatever. I mean, Chaos is the eldest, but like
he doesn't count. He's like primordial.
Which I also like Chaos.
I also like Chaos. We haven't gotten to the other ones yet. Yeah.
But in terms of the gods, I think all the gods are pretty fun. Like, I can see why you wouldn't like Athena, but I think that she's...
I just think her dialogue is the most boring out of all of them.
That's fair. I think she's the only one... Like, she's one of the more, like, characters, like...
Yeah, she's supposed to be, like, the stoic kind of protector sort of thing.
So, which makes her dialogue less fun, but I think that it works well enough. But, like, I think all the gods... I like how Aphrodite's, like... Even though...
You like how she's naked?
Yeah, I love that. Is that what you want me to say?
Yes.
Okay,
we caught you on film.
I like that she comes off as like kind of cruel, like, and like even Achilles is like, I'm scared of her, like she's the most dangerous god. Like, I like that.
That's actually a pretty common thing for like modern interpretations of Greek stuff, that Aphrodite is like borderline evil.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not sure if you've ever read any webtoons, but there's this one series called Lore Olympus.
Oh, okay. I've heard of it, but I haven't.
Yeah, very cool art style in that one. Yeah, but Aphrodite is arguably the main antagonist.
Yeah.
Cause just straight up evil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I like the dialogues where you're trying to get a boon, and then it shows a duo boon, where it shows like two gods like kind of working together to give you this power.
I have not gotten one of those.
Okay, well they do those things, right?
Yeah, I know what happens.
Yeah, and so one of the ones that happens is Aphrodite with Ares, and when she's just like, oh, passion just can lead to war. Ares like, yeah, war, like the love for like this stuff or for other people or for death like is what makes war stronger. And
love makes you kill.
Yeah, like, or the love
and kill makes you love,
or love to kill. like it's both of them like working together. It's like, oh, these guys are psycho. Like both of them are crazy. Which I think works well. But I like all the dialogue between like the different gods, like talking of like oh, Artemis is talking with Ares or something, like for the hunt or like for or whatever. I don't actually know if that's one of them, but
I see you have a boon from my sister Demeter.
Yeah.
Has the frigid winds caught up with you yet? Ah, ha, 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 ha. Anyways, here, take my boon.
yeah.
Yeah.
Which goes back to the dialogue being
There's a fuck ton of it.
It's so good. And it's like good dialogue.
Yeah, it
like,
is, yeah.
It's not just like filler. It's just like, it's either expanding on like the lore of like, the Greek pantheon, or like the situation that you're in, or like just their relationships, which is like, damn, can you do less good stuff?
Can you make this game worse, please?
Yeah, just make
I would
this
feel a
game
lot better about myself.
Yeah. Okay, so what about the other gods? Because we still have a lot to get through.
Okay, so of the underworld people,
Chaos is really cool.
I think I like Chaos the most, actually.
Yeah, I like that he's like, speak when spoken to. You may speak.
Stop giving me nectar. I don't like it.
He's like, I was cruel back in the day. I like you a little bit. It's like, oh no, Chaos is just so fun. He's just.
I would prefer to keep my conversations brief, so just don't say anything, please.
Yeah. And then, like, next time you see him, he goes on a big spiel about, like, doing random stuff or whatever. It's like, I don't like that, but I kind of like this. It was like, thank you, Chaos. I appreciate you more than you know.
I also saw some, like line errors on his sprite, so that made me feel good. Be like, hey, maybe I'm not. If such a strong art direction that is so polished as Hades has these tiny errors, then maybe
okay.
I can do something with my life.
Yes.
Yeah.
But yeah, Chaos is really good. I like Nyx.
I'm not big on Nyx.
That's fair. I just like the way that she's like this like motherly character to both Zagreus and just like to a lot of like underworld gods. like she's just
Well,
this, like,
she is like
protector.
older than most of them, right?
Yeah, she's I don't know if she's the daughter of Chaos or like the granddaughter of Chaos or something, but because they have the Titans and I don't know where they fall into Chaos, but and Nyx. But I like Hades when you get Persephone back. He says some cool lines that are just like repenting, which you haven't gone to yet. But
I planted all of these pomegranate trees because I miss you.
Yeah,
Is there a line like that?
almost identical, I'd say.
Okay.
I
could have been in the writer's room.
You could have, yeah. Thanatos is all right.
I'm not big on Thanatos.
He's fine. I thought when you told me about Thanatos, like he was gonna be this like.
Yeah, people thirst online for Thanatos pretty hard.
I thirst more for Zagreus, personally. And for, but my favorite underworld person is Dusa.
100% Dusa.
I love her so much. Like,
oh, Zagreus, I'm sorry for disturbing you with my presence.
And then she just like floats, and he's like, "What?"
We have a maid?
I just like these like, Dusa, you're working too harsh. It's like, no, I need to work. And then after you beat the game, like you get like, I don't know if you want me to tell you some spoilers, I guess.
For
like,
Dusa?
Just one of the lines.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
Is because like Zagreus like works officially to escape from hell or from the underworld, rather than just trying to escape naturally. And so then Deuce is like, "Oh my God, you're working now!" Like technically, it's like now we can tell each other gossip and do all these other things. And then Zagreus is like, "Well, we've been doing that before." And then she's just saying, "Well, but now it's official and it's different." And he's like, "Okay," like Deuce is just getting really excited just because of coworkers, and like he's just like, "We were friends. What are you talking about?"
Did you really think so little of me?
Yeah.
I gave you 8 pots of nectar, Dusa.
Dusa, please. Who else is there that's really cool? I like Achilles.
I really like Hypno.
You like Hypno.
I really like Hypno.
Skelly's all right. I mean,
also Darren Korb voicing him.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, damn. I like.
I'm not big on Achilles.
I mean, he's just the mentor character.
Yeah, precisely. He's just a mentor guy.
That's fair. I mean, he does try to like help and just he is concerned for you and like I mean, all the stuff in the handbook is his words, which lends into him, which I liked. I like Sisyphus.
I'm not big on Sisyphus.
I just like that he's nice.
I like that he put a smiley face on the rock, but other than that,
yeah. Apparently, the rock's name's Boldy.
Boldy.
Yeah.
Wow.
I like Persephone, which you haven't gotten to yet. So
I think she's my least favorite character.
Yeah. Huh? Do you want to?
I've met Eurydice like twice, so I can't really say much about her.
She sings.
She sings. She makes food.
She makes food.
I do both of those, so yeah, she's basically me.
What do you think about Theseus and Asterius?
The bosses in Elysium?
Yes.
They're alright.
Theseus.
I like Theseus. Because he's
annoying?
Yeah.
He's just like a...
Ha! Come at thee!
He's like, you scoundrel.
I should... In this arena, I shall pierce you with my spear. You shall be vanquished, ne'er-do-well.
I like there's a line where Zagreus is like, where Theseus says, "Oh, I got the blessings of the gods. Like, you shall not pass here." And then Zagreus is like, I'm related to them, right? Like, I'm like their relative. Like, I'm also a god. He's like, and you will not get past me. like okay. Like, he is annoying, but I do find him more fun than some of the like.
He's not annoying, he's charming.
I wouldn't say that.
He is charming. This game is full of charm, and he's one of them.
I do agree with that statement. This game is full of charm. But yeah, a lot of the characters, I think, the characters are fun. They're interesting. Like,
yeah. I will say, okay, hot take. This is probably my hottest take on the game, other than, like, not finishing it, because I'm bad.
That's a hot take, but yeah.
The worst NPC is Cerberus. Because when you talk to him, it's just Zagreus talking to himself. At least with Karen, you get like that. Ugh.
Well, it has the narrator explain.
Yeah.
Which I don't know who the narrator is, because the narrator's technically it's his own person. Because when Zagreus.
Oh yeah, There's a point where Zagreus, like, he talks to the narrator a lot.
Yeah.
I don't know who the narrator is. I figured that was like a big reveal later in the game. But...
I haven't gotten to it. It might be though. I just like that. Like when, first the Cerberus, yeah, he's fine. He's just a dog, and we're cat people, you and me.
Yeah.
So like, unfortunate.
Yeah, the internet loves Cerberus because Cerberus is a dog, and then they're all like, "Oh no, I don't want to fight the dog," and then you don't fight the dog.
Yeah. Which is cool, I guess.
For dog people, it's cool.
But what was I saying? Oh, the narrator. I like that when
Returning back to the set, Chris struggles to remember what he was talking about before.
The narrator.
Hesitating before
the
he
narrator. The narrator, when Zagreus is looking through Hades' stuff, the narrator straight up says, like, he's discovered that his mother's actually Persephone and not Nyx. And then Zagreus is like, wait, what? And then the narrator's like, he found it all on his own. and with no help. And I'm like, that's funny. That's good. I wish I knew who the narrator was.
You see, I have not seen what's behind the doors on the left side of, like, the hub
No,
hall.
but he says that for Hades' desk.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm saying that my theory is that he's behind one of those doors that I haven't unlocked yet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Do you want me to confirm or deny it, or?
No.
Okay. Okay, so the characters, pretty fun, pretty cool. How about the actual gameplay of the weapons and the
It's pretty good.
Stuff? Yeah. What weapons do you like using?
Okay, I like the weapons where I get to, like, stay far away from people and also not have to do anything. So I like the
arrows and gun.
No. I like the shield, but only its special.
I agree. The shield special is more fun.
Yeah, I've had my best runs with the bow and arrow. Like that was the one where I got the closest to beating the game.
Okay.
I am not good with the sword. I'm not good with the fists. And I would like the gun, but you have to reload it, so I don't like the gun.
Yeah, that's fair. I also don't like the gun. I think, I don't like the guns short shooting normally, but you can get.
Oh, you like the mortar?
No, because
No.
you can turn the mortar into a rocket, and then you can multiply the mortar by 5, so you get 5 rockets. And the damage is insane. Like, it's very strong. So, and especially if you go behind someone and just shoot them in the back, it does like 1.2k damage like instantly. Like, and you're like, oh, this is strong. But I think all the weapons are cool enough. They're unique. Like,
Yeah.
I like the twin fists when I'm doing like a dodge or taking the least amount of damage, because the twin fists, the aspects of Zagreus, it has a slight dodge percent chance.
Oh, okay.
And so when you have that, and you have the Hermes dodge percent chance, and you have
you just dodge everything. You don't get hit.
you do dodge a lot more, and like because my favorite boons are Athena and Hermes dash, because
Yes.
it makes and a bonus dash, which is pretty good. And so because everything else, I think, because just trying to dodge properly and not get hit, I think it's just a big part of the game to do well. And if you can get those two together, like, you can escape anything essentially. So I like those. I like Demeter's cast, because it puts just like a stationary thing there.
Oh yeah,
and
and it's the beam, right? Yeah,
and
yeah.
that thing's strong.
Yeah, I like that. I got that once, and I used it for every boss fight, but then I died at the Bone Hydra.
Yeah. You know what also is a strong boon that I really like? Demeter's... I think a lot of Demeter stuff is really good. But Demeter's... I think a duo one, where you gain health if you have no more extra lives. So if during a fight, you'll progressively get more and more health.
That's good.
And it is so strong. Like, it's, I think, 0.8... no, it's 1 life per 0.8 seconds. And so, like...
That's good.
So during the Hades fight, like, I think I died twice, and I won because of that. Like, I just kept getting more and more health, and just as the fight goes on longer. Like, if you're able to survive for, like, a little bit of time, like, you gain all your health back, which is great. And the weapons... what else? Like, I like the spear. The spear was the first time I beat the game. Because I just improved the backstab, and when you throw it and then it pulls back, it
that's
counts as
automatic backstab. Yeah.
So I was like doing good damage. I was like, yeah. But I've come to like all the weapons, kind of.
Yeah, I mean, I don't dislike any of the weapons. Like whenever I finish a run, I want to try out a different one.
Yeah, I just go to whatever one's like, oh, this is where you'll get more gems, and I'm like, okay, like, that's what I'm using right now, I guess. But because you haven't unlocked any of the other aspects, have you?
I think I unlocked the like for the fists. I got the dodge. I got for the spear. I got something. I don't remember what it was.
Okay, because you can get like the one, because there's the aspects of Zagreus that they all start with, and then there's the aspects of someone else that's used the weapon, and then it's of the Greek original god that use the weapons to kill the Titans.
Oh, okay.
And then the last one is a secret one that has no relationship to the Greek gods at all.
Aspect of
Do you want
Jim Smithy from marketing.
Well, do you want to guess which ones they are? Okay, for the sword.
Okay, for the sword.
Who has a famous sword?
King Arthur.
He is that one.
Okay.
Then for the spear, it's Guan Yu. He's a famous Chinese soldier or general.
Is this the guy from like the Three Kingdoms period who was the general? Okay.
I think actually maybe.
Maybe. All right.
The shield is Beowulf.
Okay.
The bow is Rama from the Indian gods.
I don't know that one. Not as familiar.
He's a hero. The fists are Gilgamesh.
Gilgamesh.
Yeah. See, I think of Fate, so I'm like...
Yeah, I also think of Fate.
But I know, obviously, that's not like the mythology. But he fights with his fist, like I think when he fights Enkidu, so...
I just know that in Gilgamesh, when he comes to life, he finds some other godly woman, and they have sex for 9 days straight.
I didn't know that part, but okay. And then the gun Do you know who uses the gun?
General Patton.
It says Lucifer.
Lucifer.
Yeah. So I was like, damn, those are some interesting people.
So some lore implications with that one.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, that's interesting. But yeah, so those are all like from different time periods and stuff, which I thought was really interesting. Which I think gives the weapons a nice through line. Well, even like the people that weren't because the blade has Nemesis and Poseidon, which Nemesis is in the trailer for Hades 2, and she's holding her version of that sword, which is one that you can use, and I'm like, that's cool. Like I like that.
Dude, what if in Hades 2, it's like, hey, Zagreus got too powerful, and you play as the gods trying to put him back in hell?
I don't. You need to see the trailer for Hades.
I've not seen the trailer for Hades 2.
But what about the pendants, the gifts that you receive?
Oh, I only use the Chaos Egg.
That's the only one you use?
Yeah.
You should use some of the other ones.
I know I used to use one where it gives you like an extra life, but then I just got more lives, so I stopped using it.
I use that if I lose lives from Asterius and Theseus. I use the money one to help get more boons. I use Hermes if I'm doing the Hades stuff, because the Hermes one gives you more dodge percent. So
okay.
Just that with the fists with another one of Hermes boosts, like it's really high survivability.
Well, okay, Chris, here's the thing, right? I'm not good at this game, so I have not gotten that much nectar. And you see, I spent half of it on Dusa.
And that is unbelievably based, and I can't fault you for that.
So I think I only have like half the trinkets unlocked.
Okay. I think some good ones that I started using.
The dodge percent one sounds really good.
Yeah, it's
so
good.
that sounds like one I'd use.
The chaos one's good. Like, you don't take damage, and you have a higher percent for really good stuff.
Yeah.
Because all of chaos' stuff are, like, good. Like, they're just solid.
Is there one that gives you more Daedalus hammers? Because the Daedalus hammer is the best upgrade in the game.
Yeah. I don't know.
Do you meet Daedalus?
No.
Oh.
Not that I haven't beat Daedalus.
In Hades 2, we play as Dadius.
Dadius, yes. You need to see the trailer for Hades 2.
I have not seen the trailer for Hades 2.
But I think Thanatos is pretty good, because if you clear a room without taking damage, you get 1% more damage overall.
Like, it stacks?
Yes.
Ooh.
Which is
okay.
pretty strong.
You see, I don't think I'd get much use out of that.
I mean, if you...
Because I'd get hit.
Yeah, but like...
Because I'm bad at the game, Chris.
Like, if you do really well in the early rooms, that's like...
Well, here's the thing. I
don't
don't do well in the early rooms.
Oh, you do much better in the late game?
No.
Oh.
I do worse in the late game. Because I'm bad at this game.
Okay. I'm sorry. One of these days you'll beat it.
One of these days I will beat Hades 1.
Hades.
Just by the time Hades 2 comes out, I'll have beaten Hades 1.
That is the idea, yes. Okay, well, what about bosses then? Let's go to bosses.
Bosses, I mean,
or I guess just enemies in general.
Okay, enemies in general. I like the ones that like die when I hit them.
The skulls, and the chariots that explode.
Yeah, because I just hit them once and they're gone.
Yeah.
Then there's the ones that kill me, which is the rest of them.
I think the ones I struggle with the most are the archers in Elysium.
Oh, I have more trouble with the swords than the archers.
Really?
Yeah.
The archers are the ones that fuck me up.
Because for the archers, I just like zoom towards them and just hit them and they die. But with the swords, I rush forwards, I hit them, and then they hit me back.
And you're like, oh!
The shield ones are a little tricky, but you just have to like dash behind them and then hit them. So
that's fair. I think for me it's just because like I like keeping my distance, and so when they come out, I'm just like, oh, I'm fucked.
They have more range. I can't do anything.
Yeah. I also hate the crystal snakes that shoot lasers in the 4th area, which is the River 6.
Like the poison area.
Yeah.
Okay.
The snakehead things, they fucking suck.
I've only been there a couple of times, so I don't.
Well, they're just basically the pink crystals, but worse. Because there's multiple lasers. There's one that goes directly towards you, and if you try to dash away, there's like 2 or 3 others like surrounding, and it's like, okay, cool. And they do like 2 damage per hit, and it's like, oh. So that one's pretty hard. I like the what are they called? Megara and her.
The Furies.
The Furies.
I think Megara's the easiest one, but that's probably just because she was there at the start, so I'm used to that one.
Yeah, maybe. I think Tisiphone is the hardest.
Yeah,
because it's just a lot tighter space. So like if you're outputting a lot of damage, she's the easiest because she just stays in one place. But if you're not outputting a ton of damage, you're getting hit a lot.
Yeah, I have the most trouble with the angry one.
Electo?
Sure. Yes, Electo.
Oh, okay.
But you see, I've only gotten her on the times when I'm using like the sword or the fists.
Oh, so you have to be close.
And her main thing is just swiping, just like, and I die.
Yeah, that's fair. I do a lot of casting.
I do not cast all that much.
You should cast more. It really helps.
I very recently got the upgrade where your cast like lets you deal more damage with your other things.
Yeah.
So I'm doing it more now.
Yeah.
But I used to just straight up not hit the circle button on or the A button on my controller.
Yeah, it's really useful because it's good further damage and depending on how you upgrade your cast, it could be really, really good.
Yeah.
Like I like the Demeter's one. Dionysus one's pretty all right.
I like Artemis's because it can crit, and then when it crits, I'm like, ooh, yeah. Yeah, that's 30% chance of that happen. Let's go.
That's fair. You said the hardest boss for you is the snake. Not the snake, the Hydra.
Yes, I've died most to the Hydra, I'd say. And it's not because I think the Hydra's hard, it's just that I'm bad.
That's what it comes down to.
Because I know how to beat the Hydra, I'm just not good at it.
Yeah. I hate the multiple Hydras coming out, and you're just like, I need to destroy all the heads first before I get the main head. And then there's like lava everywhere, and then there's other small enemies, and then they do damage, and you're like, ah.
And then you forget to blow up the rocks, so they become more enemies, and it's
I completely ignore those rocks. Like when there's enemies coming out, I'm just like, I'm gonna hit the heads, and I'm just gonna ignore them. And just
you see, this is why I like the shield special, because it just homes everything.
Yeah, I like Zeus's shield because it does a slow like, and then it comes back to you, and so.
I didn't get that boon yet.
Yeah, it's not a boon. It's the weapon upgrade.
Oh, okay.
Switch, I guess. Which I liked. Let's see. I don't like the fist guys, like the giant fists.
Oh yeah,
because they chain you, and I'm just like I'm
not
out.
I'm fine with them chaining me. The problem is that they usually just have slightly too much health for me to get them in one combo. So I have to like hit them twice, dash away, dash back, and then hit them again instead of just going and they're dead.
I feel like the upgrade that I try to get quickest is breaking armor faster. Like this ability does this much more damage to armor, because. Zeus's lightning does a lot of damage to armor, right? Oh, I mean, it does a lot of damage, but I don't know if it is specific to
because I haven't really seen all that many boons that specifically say this destroys armor fast.
No, have you not?
Not really, no.
Okay.
I like Ares's Doom.
Yeah, his Doom's pretty good
because it's just like you put that on the homing shield, you just throw once and then everything dies. It's great.
Yeah, I mean, like I either switch to try to be like high damage output or like high defense like stats. So like the best defense stuff is like getting Aphrodite's a boost so that
they can't do as much damage.
Less damage.
Yeah.
To have a Demeter where like if you don't have any casts on you, you take less damage and you do more damage.
Ooh.
And then all the gods have like some damage resistant stuff, but like Hermes dodges and his feather and his
Athena has the classic block,
like actual
deflect
block
dash.
So like if you have all of those stuff, like it's just you take so little damage, which is really nice because then you just keep going.
Maybe that's the strategy I should go for,
Maybe.
since I'm bad at this game.
Maybe. I want to see you beat the game, Adam. I believe in you.
I've beaten. I have a long history with roguelikes. I know I can do it.
Yeah,
I just haven't.
You've
yet.
beaten Elden Ring
I've
and the
beaten
Dark
Elden
Souls
Ring.
series.
I have clocked like 300 hours into Noida and 300 hours into Binding of Isaac.
You should.
This
be
is
able
the one
to
I'm
beat
having trouble with.
Hades. Hades.
Heidi's nuts. Okay. I think that's the second time I've made that joke on this podcast.
Well, you had it on a different episode.
Oh.
No, that's not true. You did it this episode. What you said.
Dude, that was like a week ago.
That was,
how are these the same thing in your mind?
Shush, you. What else about this game? Every area looks very pretty.
The art style is ridiculously well polished.
It is.
There's an insane
gorgeous.
amount of attention to detail and stuff. I got some good desktop backgrounds out of it, where like the areas where you can like go up on the ledge and then the camera zooms out and the HUD disappears.
Yeah, that's every new area, which is really nice.
I got 3 really good screenshots for my desktop wallpaper.
Yeah, it's every area just looks really pretty, and like even the areas that you've been to before, like they just still look appealing, like to the eye, like so that even when you're like being distracted with killing. Or not killing because he doesn't kill anyone technically because they're all dead. Beating your enemies, it just looks really nice, and I love that. Out of all the places, I think Elysium might be my favorite to look at.
Well, I mean, it's sparkly and green. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like the closest to real life on Earth. You know.
Yeah, I think Tartarus is the one I'm most used to, though.
Well, I mean,
like,
yeah, that's the one you
obviously
see the most. Yeah.
Yeah, so just like this, like it brings me like a sense of comfort. Where
It's
I'm like,
the only one. Oh, whoops! I'm sorry.
It's okay.
It's the only one that I see.
You'll do better. Dash more. You're not dashing enough.
No, I dash a lot. I just dash into the bullets.
Of all the guns that all the enemies have.
Yes, of all the AK-47s that the skulls carry with them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This game's just really good.
It's really good.
Like this is gonna be up there for our tier list.
Yeah, I'd probably give it an A. It has not blown me away as other things would have. So I do not think this is going to be in my juiciest column on Steam, but it's definitely getting a juicy.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I'm excited for Hades 2 because it's about other characters, which is gonna be fun.
Yeah, Kratos is in it.
I don't think that's true. Kronos is gonna be in it though.
Ooh,
the Titan.
Yeah, the time guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what his role in it is, but he's gonna be in it. And they were saying that like the studio doesn't do sequels, so
they've never done a sequel.
Yeah, so them doing Hades 2 is like them actually wanting to do this, which is cool.
And it's their. I'm pretty. I can't confirm this, but I'm pretty sure that this is like their most successful title.
I think so too, because it's got a lot of awards. I'm pretty sure.
Oh yeah, right? People fucking loved this game when it came out, like late 2020, right?
Yeah, we're not on the hype train, and it's still pretty good. Yeah, I want you to progress more. Maybe we'll do like a small, like
a post-mortem.
Yeah,
like Adam beat Hades. What'd you think? I liked it.
Yeah, TikTok or something. Anyway, any other things to say about this game? Any characters? Any enemies? Any? Because I mean we didn't mention some of the people like what's his name? Patroclus.
What?
I don't know how to say this. Patroclus. The guy in
Patronus.
No, it's with an L. The guy in Elysium that
Wingardium Leviosa.
That gives you like. He restores all of your death defiance stuff.
I've not met him.
He's just depressed.
Oh,
you might love him.
He might be my favorite character.
He might. He's just like, I don't like fighting. Why is everyone here? Leave me alone. But yeah, it's I'd recommend it. Play Hades.
You've probably already played Hades.
Yeah, if
we're
you're
very
watching
late
this-
to this train.
Yeah, if you watch this, you're probably just like, oh yeah, I know Hades. But yeah, so that's a good game.
Do we have any criticisms for the game? We've not said anything bad about it yet.
It's the opposite of our Pinocchio.
Yeah. Let's see.
It's hard sometimes.
I'm just not good at it. I know that in the menu you can turn on God mode and it becomes easy, but I haven't done that because it feels like cheating.
God mode makes it easy.
Yeah, that's the whole point.
I thought God mode was like it makes it harder.
No. If you hit God mode, it makes the enemies do like no damage.
Oh, I didn't know that.
That's the whole point.
I haven't pressed God mode. Like,
I don't want to because the moment I do, it's going to just like it's going to make it not worth it, man.
that's fair. You need a confidence.
It's like if you're halfway through a game of chess and then someone comes over and is like, "Ooh, that move would be good," and then you're like, "Oh, okay, I'll do that move," and then
you win the game.
and then you win the game. You're just like, "Well, okay, I mean, I didn't win the game," you know.
I get it.
And it's not like a game where I'm just trying to get through it for the story. Like I actually like the game, so I want to play it.
Yeah, you're. It's a very easy game to sink in like a half hour. Or
Yeah, because
hour.
throw in a run, turn it off, boom, 20 minutes gone, and you still enjoyed it.
Yeah, and like you kind of want to pay attention to some of the stuff because all the dialogue's new. And it's just like so it keeps you engaged. It's just so solidly made.
It's a very very solid game.
Yeah.
If you punch it, you'll hurt your hand.
I
have hurt my hand on this game.
He's broken many a controllers. But yeah, that's our Hades review, and so it's pretty good.
It's a pretty decent game.
Yeah. I don't podcast, and thanks for watching. I was hoping you'd say bye, but that's fine.
I'll see you in hell.
Ba-doop-boop.